Well, Stephen Sharp tour Eastern St. Thomas, where he stopped in Portmorant to talk about the train, and Leith Hall, where he stopped to talk about the light pole moving out of the road, and things is coming on so far.
along this corridor?
The work continues under the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. We are now executing the works that are part of Tranche 3. We, at the outset, divided the project into 3 tranches, so this is the final tranche that we are now working on. Of concern to many persons would be the situation here in Portmorant. We have major drainage features that are on the way in this space. We have had a bit of a challenge with some of the works that we're doing, but we intend to have the activities completed. As a matter of fact, the entire S-chip, we're looking to close it out before the end of the summer of 2025. So we have some more drainage works to do in this space. We have to be working with our partners in governance in terms of land acquisition, and in this case the National Land Agency, to acquire a parcel of land which is crucial to us being able to mitigate the floodwaters in this space. And so we are going through the legal processes to acquire this bit of land, which is pretty close to the swamp in Portmorant, and it is actually required, it is necessary for us to get this piece of land to have the drainage improvement works completed. We can't, it's raining enough. Yeah. Ready?
Go.
All right, so yes, so we have significant drainage work that is contemplated for this Portmorant area. Persons would observe us doing corrective works in some of the areas, especially between Morant Bay and Yallas. We have had to do some base replacement works. We have a little bit more that we are doing. We still have some lines that are showing defects, and those the contractor will be addressing in short order. And of course, at the back end of this project, I'm sure we all will be very proud and happy at the quality of the infrastructure that would have been left in the wake of the implementation of the S-chip. I know that persons have also raised questions about the section of the road through Bowden. That area, as you can see, is part of the wetlands in the space, and so we have had to be seeking the relevant approvals from the environmental agency NEPA, and we are actually awaiting NEPA's approval in respect of the works to be done in this space. So that's why persons would have observed that nothing much beyond the laying of some of the fiber optic ducts would have been done in this space today. The major civil works we have not yet undertaken, but we hope that within very, very short order we will receive the relevant approval from the NEPA, so that we can move quickly to doing that which is required to make the connection between the road traveling from Golden Grove all the way into Morant Bay through Bowden.
Mr. Shaw, in Portmorant, residents have asked what will happen to them on the other side. It seems that this side is the other wall on this side, the drainage is on this side, and they say that the road is going to be lit. They're asking what is going to happen to them on the other side.
All right, so the drainage plan for this space involves the construction of drainage features on both sides of the road. We intend to drain some of the stormwater through the swamp that is in that area near to the gas station. We know that persons are actually living in that area. The intention is to have some relocation done so that we can do that which is necessary to mitigate the incidence of flooding in this space. We look at the lay of the land, and really it is the most suitable place for us to have the drainage features constructed. Not so suitable for persons to inhabit at this time, but it is what it is, and so we will have to work with those persons who are living in this space to ensuring that if it is that they are going to be staying there, there can be some sort of coexistence between their living and the drainage features that are to be constructed there.
You mentioned about a second drain on the other side of the roadway, but how will this assist in terms of getting persons into their premises?
Well, that is something that we'll also treat with, because the intention of the project is not to disenfranchise anyone. So everybody who has an access to their homes or to their businesses, those persons will continue to gain same at the back end of the project.
And you're saying by the end of the summer, all of this work will be completed?
That is what we intend to do, yes. Would have stymied the work over time along the S-chip is the relocation of utilities, meaning JPSCO poles, flow poles, and so on. I think we have made a good bit of progress in having the poles relocated out of the right-of-way, and so this has really made the process much easier for the contractor to be able to move through some of the communities and be in a position where now persons are actually seeing paving works being done. We have not yet made the connection through some areas, but it is a work in progress, and persons can rest assured that in short order they will be traveling on extended bits of the corridor between Morant Bay and Port Antonio without having to encounter white surfaces, meaning base material or subgrade material, based on the progress that we have made to date.
Mr. Shaw, one question. I saw them building two bridges, one out by Amityal and one out by Kensington. What about the bridge out by Fishcove in Leith, St. Thomas?
Well, all of these structures that we are going to be doing as part of the project will be undertaken. There is a schedule of works, and the contractor knows exactly what is expected, and I am confident that they will, in short order, be delivering on the undertaking, their contractual undertakings, as it relates to the construction of all structures, bridges, U-drains, cylindrical drains, all of those things that are part and parcel of the overall scope of works will be done as part of the betterment of the road network through St. Thomas and Portland.
While we're in Leith, people are complaining about not seeing any sidewalks for pedestrians in the Leith community.
Well, as it relates to the erection of sidewalks, where it is that the road is wide enough to erect sidewalks, sidewalks will be done. And these, we generally put sidewalks in built up areas. Outside of that, you have shoulders. All right. So, at a minimum, persons will have shoulders on which to walk. And so we, at the back end, will properly demarcate what is the main carriageway, meaning for motor vehicles, and what will be more than likely hard shoulders for persons to go about their business, pedestrians, that is.
Thank you.
So you're walking on it here, so you have soft shoulders or hard shoulders. So in this case, you have hard shoulders, and then in built up areas you put inside
Yes. Dinsdale Smith, councillor for the Portmorant division. Dinsdale Smith, councillor for the Portmorant division. The concern we have here in Cotton Tree is that work has started. We see quite a bit of energy and effort being put into the infrastructure here. What we are a people who is in the dark. We have no idea what is going on exactly and how it is shaping up to me. What I'm picking up from the residents and to my eyes as well is that although we're not engineers, this particular side of the road seems so significantly higher than on the other side of the road that we're wondering how we're going to solve the problem. We're going to solve the problem in terms of flooding on the southern side of the roadway. It's a big concern of ours. The water flow that comes into Portmorant is coming from maybe about 3 or 4 different sources upstream, upriver. And the river breaks its banks and the gullies breaks their bank further up outside of the roadway. And so no matter what we do here, the problem will still remain at the source of the water flow, which to my understanding has been compromised over the years to where the water overflows its banks and technically get out of control. Curtis Bottom is under even more threat now than it had been before, because there are no drainage signs of any drainage being constructed up on Curtis Bottom. And then to the southern side of the roadway, we have not yet seen any signs of any drains being built there. Not saying it's not going to be, but if it is not, this is a disaster just waiting to happen. And as the year rolls on, we are just about 10 weeks or so away from the hurricane season. As you know, over the past couple of days, we've been getting little touches of rain. And in those 5-minute flows, we've had water puddling seriously on Curtis Bottom Road, which is a big concern of mine. Something I've been advocating for more than a year now, since I've been in council. We at the presently we don't have any attendance to our council meetings from the works agency. None of them. Not general council meeting, not any committee council meeting. And as a result of that, I am concerned as the people's representative that we're not being able to ask the questions that we need, so we can get the kinds of explanations that will settle us to make us know that we're being thought about as the end users of this roadway. So for me, I would love to get some of those answers. I'm willing to ask the questions. I would prefer to ask them in a public place rather than in a private place, in a public forum than in a private forum. And as a result of that, I'm calling on the works agency to send us the representatives to council, so we can ask those questions there, and we don't have to resort to other means of trying to get information from them. We're a people now who is underinformed. We're being kept in the dark, and that cannot be good for St. Thomas. It cannot be good for Portmorant. it cannot be good for the individual citizens of this parish.
Concern of residents, the main concern of residents in the community.
The main concerns of the residents in this community is this Portmorant Square, the flooding that is taking place. Last year was one of the worst years we've ever had in the history of Portmorant. And if this is not solved by the next hurricane season, which starts in June, we are now in April. Today is the 1st of April. I hope we're not fooling ourselves on April Fool that the situation has gotten better already. Because no matter what kind of advertisements and public relation campaigns that can be launched, the situation is still dire. And I believe we are at this stage. If we should have a sudden downpour of rain, it would be disaster more than we have ever seen.
Talking about this impact of this.
Oh. Eh? Hold on a second.
Walking at it here, so you have soft shoulders or hard shoulders. So in this case, you have hard shoulders, and then the built up here to put inside of it. I have question and I have comments.
That's what people can want. So when you don't know, dig out the walls to carry up the rubbish sheet. But the main drain are up before, so if you now carry the whole drain through the canal and make it catch the body of water up before, it makes sense. You know what I'm not know what I'm doing. What I want to say, swamp, you know?
Yeah, but you're supposed to take it up there to carry right across and put the water
Unless
across.
Alright, let me say more be the next one across. So
yes, across the whole
they might
bar
take up before and carry across the road. Carry to the common through the stuff.
Okay,